I understand you did some private protection with some artists or known as celebrities. Who are some of the folks that you had the pleasure or displeasure on providing protection for?
I had the pleasure of providing protection for 50. We actually did get Rich Die Trying, the whole opening with him. And his entourage wasn't so pleased to see me.
Did they recognize
Oh,
you
yeah.
from their past
Oh, yeah.
experiences?
Oh, yeah.
Resort DOC?
Yeah. They knew exactly who I was. And they asked him, yo, what's the police doing here? He says, chill, it's my security, my security. For whatever he has done in his life, with me, he was professional, polite, accommodating. So as much as I would say things about other people, I can't say that about him. That's what he was to me. So 50, you're right in my book. Some of the biggest, Jay-Z. Some of the most infamous within that realm is we had just recently opened the 4040 Club in Atlantic City.
Oh, in AC.
Right. We did New York, but then now we're in Atlantic City. And they had a whole platoon of security, but he wanted small detail from New York. And when I got there, this became my claim to fame in the outside industry world. Him. Because he assigned me to Beyonce. And they were upset. It was their contract. They didn't, who's he? Jay-Z hired me because he liked my tie. I didn't know. I'm not in that realm anymore. I don't follow, you know, it's embarrassing to get hired for someone and you don't even know who they are.
So you didn't know who he was?
I knew who he was.
Okay.
I knew who Beyonce was, but other artists, you got a picture? I'm not in that realm. But that was the other part that he liked when he gave me to Beyonce. I'm not a groupie. I'm not, you know, falling to pieces. I'm professional. Yeah, these other guys, they you know, they're gawking. We had to fire a guy.
Why?
He was overwhelmed.
He was just overwhelmed by the pixie dust.
Choice of words.
Well, you got to understand, it wasn't just her. I mean, she's enough by herself, honestly. But he had the street lined with those girls in those little flamingo leotard outfits that you see in Vegas in February. Skin suits in February. The block is lined. And they got Night of Stars. And, you know, I will talk about this when LT acted up. Because, you know, at that time, you couldn't smoke inside the clubs. And he's like, yeah, you know you want this. You want it? I don't smoke. I'm going to sit it here on the curb for you, so, you know.
Just going to sit it down right there?
Right. Clown. But it was, I mean, it was awesome. Because, you know, now you're not in the presence of one. You've got a platoon from every era. I mean, all the way back from Ashford and Simpson to Serena. That's a big span. And they're all walking to the door.
And that professional couldn't handle it. It was just overwhelming.
Yeah, he was, especially with the women, honestly. There were some beautiful people there. That's all I can say. But again, you maintain your composure, your position, do what you need to do. The mayor was there, so he had his own entourage.
Okay.
And the first thing they said to us is, listen, I know some of you guys are from New York. There's too many celebrities in here. We don't want to see any guns popping out. No matter what happens, no shooting in the club. So we had a few physical confrontations. I didn't, because I was with Beyonce.
Yeah, you're with the B.
I was with the B. Well, you know how long ago that was, before marriage, before babies.
Oh, that's before the babies and the ring.
I mean, when she like young and vibrant, and, you know, yeah. So I'm on a dance floor with Beyonce, and so now I'm an instant star because now everybody's taking photos of her, but what's he doing there? It was our contract. And then they made it worse because they talked about it, about how he gave it to somebody that wasn't their contract, how they didn't like it. So it just went from Jersey to Philly to New York. Then I started getting calls from a lot of people. I think I was with Jim Jones the longest.
Pleasure or displeasure? Because that comes with a lot.
Comes with a lot.
Different situational environment.
Jim Jones, you have to unpackage the entourage. Jim himself is not a problem. Because he's not really, he was never really embedded in the things that he was exposed to and rapped about. 50 was embedded. Jay-Z was embedded. It's a different mentality when you're there and you come out and say, this is now not what I'm doing. I'm doing it differently. Than if you were just around it and never really in it. But his entourage wanted to be in it so much that they just did things. Dumb things. And I was with him everywhere. The studios, the events, the office, the gym while he's training for his videos. And finally it came to a head one night. He walked me into a shootout in the Bronx. Now, the shootout itself wasn't a deal breaker. But the events where everybody thought it was, you know, this is Gully, yeah, this is what, no, that's not what, no.
We are not in Lethal Weapon.
This is not what we're doing here. Like, we're not going to encourage this to happen. And it wasn't at him.
Right.
It just happened. So we were less involved, but when I got to the door, you know, NYPD is all over the place, and they're like, all right, no guns in the, they look right at, no guns in the club. It's my security. I don't care. No guns inside. And one of the officers looked and says, wait, I know you. And with complete disdain and disapproval, he said, you
with these guys?
Work for this guy? And I said, yeah, it's complicated. He says, you? It's whatever. And I went back to the vehicle because I couldn't go inside. And I sat there and I had an epiphany. And I said, is this how I want to be portrayed? And that was my last day.
That was your last day. As professional protection.
For him.
For him in particular.
Now, when you get to, I get a call at 11:30 one night. I thought it was a prank call. Long story short, it was for Joel Osteen. I'm like, it's 11:30 at night. Cut it out. Can you be in Manhattan by 7? Wait, who is this? So now it's starting to unravel that, okay, no, this is really a person that, I know them. Okay, wait, for who? Yeah. Suit, come on. He said, yeah. He said, I got your number. You ready? Again, because I needed somebody that could be ready now in a suit. So I tell my son every day is an interview.
Every day.
Because if they know that you know how to put one on and do the job, you just outrun 80% of the population.
You skipped the line.
I was 2 hours late first day. Wasn't my fault.
New York traffic?
Worse. 5 o'clock in the morning, they realized whoever had dropped the ball, whoever I was replacing, took his vehicle to Suffolk County, to, what's that airport?
MacArthur.
MacArthur Airport.
In the middle of nowhere. Only thing there is Signature Airlines.
60 miles from Brooklyn. And you're now telling me this. I'm getting ready to leave at 5:30 to go into Manhattan by 7. Plenty of time. Now you're telling me, no, don't come to Manhattan. Go to MacArthur Airport. And you ready for this? Find this vehicle. We're not sure if it's a Suburban or a Yukon. It's either tan or gold. What?
Unbelievable.
But
Find it. Find the needle.
It's in the parking lot. Fortunately, MacArthur's not really big.
No, it's not.
So I'm going through the parking lot saying, police are going to stop me any minute. Black guy rolling through the parking lot. Strolling
through the parking lot.
Slow rolling through the parking lot. Looking at vehicles. But I was looking for a truck. Something light. And there weren't a lot of them out there. I find it.
But now you got to make the trek back.
Keys are in the gas tank where they set. He says, all right, there's a parking pass on the dashboard. Take it out. Put it on your car. Put your car in that spot and bring that vehicle here. I said, there's no pass. The guy took the pass.
Oh, he was being funny.
He took the parking pass. He said, don't worry about it. Leave your car there. We'll work it out later. So I left my car at MacArthur Airport. Rode into the city. I tell him, listen, it's 3 accidents. You know how you can share your route? I said, look at it. I mean, there's no way I'm getting there. I got there at 9 o'clock. But I also went, filled it up with gas. I said, the tank's empty. He said, get gas, we'll reimburse you. I mean, I'm not going to make it there. I know I got to get gas. So whether you reimburse me or not, I got to get gas. They did reimburse me. I got there, and I had on a cap. One of my favorite caps. It's a mathematical equation that says God is greater than any situation. And they were like, no hats outside. No problem. I look, I see all these vehicles double parked in the street. I'm like, how am I supposed to get through? So what are we supposed to do? Park the vehicles. Turns out all these drivers were either from Jersey, Long Island, or Texas. None of them could parallel park.
Of course, how much experience do they have with that?
So I get out, I park everybody's car, and, it wasn't a show. It was like, you're blocking the street. But I realized that there's always somebody assigned to pay attention.